What up, everyone? We got my Geek box right here. Now I know what you're thinking. I must be crazy to have gotten this box again. Anyone who's watched my channel knows exactly how I feel about this company, and I know, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me, right? So, there is a story to go along with this. So, if anyone hasn't watched my first video on this, go back and look it up. I've never had so much trouble with the company in my entire life. Shame on them for everything they've done to me, but that's neither here nor there. I canceled this box, and it was long gone. I had a long enough run. And like the day after I canceled it, they announced that they were getting, in June's box, they were getting an exclusive Funko Pop. So, and I told myself, no, don't fall for this again. Don't fall back in with this company. You remember what you had to go through. And then, right after that, they announced it's not just an exclusive pop, it's an exclusive paint job, it's an exclusive sculpt. And I'm blown away. The reason I canceled pretty much all my UK boxes is because I understood the fact that we're never going to get anything exclusive. All they're doing is ordering stuff from America to the UK and then shipping it back to me. So it just didn't seem like a good idea, and it just didn't seem responsible to do. It just didn't seem like a safe bet at all. But I was just shocked. Not only are they getting an exclusive, but an exclusive sculpt. I don't think any box has gotten that. It's rare enough to get an exclusive pop, but an exclusive sculpt is a very rare thing. It's from my recent knowledge, I may be wrong, but I don't think we've ever gotten an exclusive sculpt. Loot Crate's gotten exclusive pops, and I think Nerd Block has, but just the paint job. Sculpts are a completely different thing. That's very hard to do. It's a whole different process. Changing the paint job in a pop is easy. They have shitty paint jobs anyway. It's just spray-on paint job. It's very crappy, so it doesn't matter. But a separate sculpt is a whole different mechanic that they have to put in there and press into the machine. So I against my better judgment, I subscribed to them. So it was like April at the time they announced it, or it might have been May. No, I'm pretty sure it was April. And I waited for the right time, but they made an announcement. I checked back with the site. They said, May's boxes are officially sold out. Subscribe now for June. I said, perfect. That's all I want. I just want June. I want to see what it is. I'm sure it's not worth the money, but I'm just so curious. I need to see what this pop is. I'm way too obsessed. Obviously, you see what's going on here. I'm way too obsessed. I can't handle it. I must know. So I ordered the box. So I was waiting for June's box, and I made sure it said it on the website because I'm not getting screwed again. And I let it ride out for a little bit because I didn't want to subscribe and cancel because I don't trust them, and I'm sure there would have been some kind of mix-up, and then I would have missed it and paid. So, okay, I let it ride for a little while, but right before the month of June hit, I canceled the subscription. So it was there for a while, but I canceled it before I was charged again on the 1st. And I made sure to give them 72 hours and blah-de-blah-de-blah. Did it. Perfect. So I canceled it, and everything was cool. Then, 2 days after I canceled it, this box shows up. And I'm like, what? What? No, this is May. I don't want May, I want June. And I open up the box, and it's May's box. And I'm like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Not how hard I had to try to get my first month's box. 3 months it took of me hassling this company to get one box. And then the one time I don't want that month's box, not only do they ship it right away on time, they ship it early to me. You gotta be fucking kidding me with this shit. How much I wanted them to do the right thing and they never did. And the one time I need them to take their time, they do the right thing. It's how ass backwards is this thing? So, anyway, I have to contact the company, go through this whole spiel again and be like, listen, here's the situation. I just wanted June's box. No surprise. I'm sure you're not surprised that I just wanted that one for the exclusive pop. Just being honest. And May's box showed up. I made sure, and I told them, I checked the website and it said May's were sold out, and I want only June's. That's all I wanted. And so I made this long thing explaining the situation, explaining what happened, and I told them flat out, I'm not going to pay for another box. Clearly, this is a mistake on your part and not mine, so I don't want to have to do that, so please don't make me. Anyway, sent that email, and guess what happened? No response. But why would they respond to customers? Why would they do that? No, thank you. They are terrible about responding, and I gave them plenty of time, gave them quite a few days time. They said it takes up to 48 hours. I gave them like 3 or 4 days, full days of time, and even some extra. No response. So then I have to go into like hunter mode, and I have to hunt these people down and find them. So I'm looking up old emails and responding to them. I went to their website and responded to customer service, and again I have to go through the whole thing, but I was getting no response, and eventually, finally, the guy that I usually talk to responded, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, I could have swore I responded to your email before." It's like, really? How many times have you told me that? That you could have swore you responded to my email? Like, whatever. But he finally did respond after me stressing out, and I told him in the email, like, you know, I had to sign up with a separate email on a side note. Like, I couldn't use my original one because it doesn't let you resubscribe. I had to sign up with my secondary email. But I told them, like, hey, like, you know me, like, please don't make me go through all the trouble I had to go through before. Like, you know my reviews now. Like, please don't make this a huge hassle because I'm going to have to tell everyone about it. So the guy finally contacted me and said, okay, like, this was a mistake on our part. It must have gotten sent out too early, so you will still get June's box, so just take that box, this box, as an apology. So it's like, okay, like, alright, like, thank you. Like, at least it was resolved. So at least the company does have the integrity now to admit when they make a mistake and to apologize for it, which many companies don't do. So I appreciate that they took responsibility for their actions, they took responsibility for their mistake, and they made up for it. So that kind of makes it okay. So in the end, I didn't have to pay twice for it because it's so expensive. So that's the story. So it ended up being free, technically, so can't be too upset about that. But sorry for the long ramble. This is way too far in the video. So let's just get into the box and see what we got. Enough of the story time. Alrighty. First, shirt from Halo. So I'm really starting to appreciate companies that don't do a mashup. It says Respawn at the bottom, for those of you who can't read it because the camera sucks. But it's obviously a Halo shirt, and that's pretty decent. I'm starting to appreciate companies that don't do mashups. I've told people about mashups, how they do that to undermine copyright law so they don't have to pay for it, which is the cheap route, but sometimes they don't have a choice. So I'm really starting to appreciate companies that do just have regular shirts because they are rarer, as I've realized in recent times. That you don't get just regular shirts anymore. You have to get a mashup or usually nothing. So I appreciate shirts like this that aren't a mashup. But anyway, it's the Gildan brand and it's the heavy cotton, so it's not the nice quality, but it's decent. It's good enough. But in Halo, it's a cool design. I kind of like it, so that'll do. That's fine. Good choice. Next, we have some Mega Bloks. So I'm seeing Mega Bloks show up all the time. I don't know if this is true. I'm assuming that Mega Bloks is like the cheaper version of Legos, because you see these show up all the time, but you never see Legos, and they're kind of the same. So I'm assuming that, I don't know for sure though, so don't quote me on that, but I'm assuming Mega Bloks is just the cheaper version of Legos. But either way, we see these end up a lot, and they're fine, nothing wrong with them, but we see Halo ones specifically, so I'm not sure the reason for that either. Not just from this box, just in general. We've seen Halo Mega Bloks show up, and I'm pretty sure we've gotten this set before in a different box, but that doesn't matter. So we got some Halo Mega Bloks. Cool. Next, we got a Super Mario figure. This is just a little plastic figure. It comes in a nice little case. Got Daisy. Not my first choice, but whatever. But yeah, just a Super Mario figure. Nothing special about it. Then, we got a Sonic the Hedgehog stress ball. It's Sonic in a little ball, and he's a stress ball. That's clever, because Sonic is usually in a ball shape and stress ball, so that's kind of clever and funny. And it comes in an over-elaborate package, this nice, like, cardboard package, which I appreciate, but a little bit overdone, but yeah, that's cool, though. And then the last thing we got, just some candy. We got a Blow Pop and a Laffy Taffy stick. Anyone in America totally knows what this is. People in the UK probably don't. It's probably cool to get, because these are both great. They're delicious. I love them, so that's fantastic. Everyone in the UK will probably love that. So, that's the last item. So, let's jump into a value of this box. Alright, value time. So not a lot of items in this box, so it should be pretty simple. The shirt, I liked it. I thought it was cool. Halo's definitely awesome. I like the two-tone with the gold and silver. I thought it was a good choice. A decent design. I don't mind that at all. 12 to 15. Nothing super special about it. Not super high in t-shirt quality specifically, so 12 to 15, standard. Nothing special. Next, the Halo Mega Blocks. So these come in all different sizes. This is one of these smaller boxes, and I've seen this go for around 10 to 12. Again, nothing super special about it. It's not rare at all, and these sell for about 10 to 12. It varies a little bit if you were to buy it in a comic shop versus like Target, because they sell them at both. Target would obviously be cheaper. Target, you could probably find this for $8, but resale market in a comic shop, probably 10 or 12, which I think is what you have to pay for it. So 10 to 12 on that. Next, the Mario figure. Again, nothing special about it, but it's cool though. I definitely like figures. I definitely like little vinyl figures or whatever this is made of. I don't care for Daisy particularly, but that doesn't matter. So I couldn't see this going for more than like $5 or $6, and I think that's being generous. If it in the U.S., I'm sure you could go to a comic shop and probably buy this for more like $3 to $4, but if you were buying it online, it might be closer to $5 or $6. So this could vary a little bit, but we'll say $5 to $6 just for argument's sake. Then the stress ball, the Sonic stress ball. This is cool, but stress balls don't go for a lot. It's not hard to make. They're very common. It's very easily made and painted and stuff like that. So I really couldn't see this going for more than like $3 or $4. Again, maybe a little more than that if you were to buy it secondary online, but stress balls are very cheap and cheaply made. So I'm going to put it at like $3 to $4. Then the candy, like a buck, nothing special about it. So before I give this a rating, I want to just reiterate, like I have many times, the rating and the values that I'm giving on it is strictly for US buyers. People in the UK, it's totally different for. You could not find these items in the UK at that price. So I'd love to give a value for across the whole globe, but it's too difficult. Prices are different everywhere. US, UK, Canada, Europe, like doesn't matter. It's different for every location. So the rating and the prices that I'm giving it are for US buyers. I'm sorry for everyone else, but I gotta kind of narrow it down. That being said, the value on this, on the low end is 31, on the high end is 38. Now to get this box in the US, it costs over $40. Like, it varies a little bit for some reason, because I think the exchange rate for dollars to pounds varies from month to month, surprisingly quite a bit. So it's been pretty close to about $44, which is expensive but understandable because it's coming across seas. So with that amount, you're not getting what you paid for. Like I said, I definitely don't recommend this box for any US buyers at all. Not just because dollar amount and quality, but because of their customer service for the US buyers. If you're in the UK, I totally recommend it. I think this is a great box for you. One, because you're only paying the equivalent of about $30 US, so you're getting a little bit more than you paid for, but you're getting stuff that you don't get in the UK, so you're getting rare items. And you get to try out cool American candy. For us Americans, this isn't special. Like, I don't know how old this is that they ordered it from the US and had it shipped back, how often this has sat in the sun and been in the freezing cold. Like, I don't know if this tastes like crap or not. Plus, I can get that for like $1 down the street. So, again, just for the US buyers, you're not getting what you paid for. It's a low value. Very common items. The shirt was decent at best, but that was the best thing about it. So, this box is only going to get a 3 out of 10. You technically lost money on it. It was due to shipping, which isn't technically their fault, but you do have to take that into account. And everything in here was very common, nothing special about it, so I just need to reiterate the fact the only reason I got this box again was for that exclusive pop. So this review isn't super relevant. This box ended up being free anyway, so you can't be too upset about this review, but I figure it's here, might as well give a review in case someone missed the first 3 reviews that I complained about this company. But yeah, only a 3 out of 10, very low score, not worth it, but hopefully the exclusive pop will be, because it'll not only be exclusive, but it'll be exclusive to the UK, which is, I don't know if that's ever been done before. Funko's an American company, so with a price point of $44, it's going to be hard, very hard, to make it worthwhile, no matter what's in it. So It's just a prediction of the future. I doubt we'll probably barely get our money's worth even with the exclusivity of that pop figure. I'm sure the rest of the box will be subpar at best. But anyway, I'm still excited to see what it is, and I'm excited to get my hands on it because I think it's going to be at least a little bit rare, if not very rare, because I don't think most other countries have gotten their own exclusive pops. I'm sure some of them have to some extent, but the exclusive pops are usually in America for American companies, American locations, American comic shops, American characters, blah blah blah. So the fact that this box got one is again so impressive. I am shocked that they have made their way in and are getting such an awesome item. I'm so excited to see what it is, and try not to get too excited because this company's let me down more than a dozen times, so I'm hoping it's not awful in some cheaped out way that they made an exclusive sculpt, but not going to make too much judgments until we see it. So hopefully there's no problems with next month's box. Hopefully it shows up here on my doorstep when it's supposed to and I don't have to murder these people. Anyway, this has been my Geek Box, 3 out of 10. Let me know what you guys think, and here's to seeing what next month's exclusive pop will be. So thank you all for watching. Love you all. Peace.